Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's now the time we have with us the president of Detour Gold, Mr. Gerald Panneton. I'm sorry. Hi, Mr. Panneton.
Good morning.
Good morning. And or good afternoon. And pretty exciting, your project. We spoke about it during the show.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest projects in Canada about gold. So it gets our viewers are very excited because they're always looking for gold company. You know that gold is among the most popular thing in stock market investors.
Of course.
And how big is that thing? How which other project can you compare the Detour Gold project?
There are very few projects of that size in Canada.
Yeah.
On a mining scale, if you were to compare the project with, say, another mining operation in Canada, you'd have to go to Highland Valley Copper in British Columbia near Kamloops in terms of moving rock.
Okay.
And so it's a big operation. It's going to be moving approximately close to 200,000 tons of rock every day.
And how do you compare it to Osisko, because they have an open pit too?
Very close to Osisko in terms of size, in terms of production. We're both companies that will be producing more than 600,000 ounces per year. Our project is maybe a bit less known than Osisko because we're approximately 2 years behind or after them in terms of our schedule. We will become a gold producer in 2013, in the first quarter of 2013. We're currently in construction. We're spending about $1 million every day. Our project, it's not something you tell everyone because it's a lot of money, but our project it's an investment of $1.2 billion Canadian to be able to produce 650,000 ounces of gold over 21 years. Our reserve is 15 million ounces of gold.
And what is the grade compared to Osisko like?
Very similar. But when you start comparing... 1
to 2 grams per ton.
It's 1 gram. Just
1 gram.
In the vicinity of 1 gram. But gold grade, it depends on gold price, as well as it depends also on your cutoff grade. We are still using $850 an ounce for our base price to calculate the economic of the project.
15 years ago, this project couldn't exist because the gold was at $300. You could not exploit it. But at
correct.
This price today, any gold you find is almost exploitable if there is enough.
I wouldn't go that far to say that every gold deposit at these price is mineable because
you have to have a lot.
You have to have a lot, but you also have to have the grade, and you also have to have the location. Both Malartic project and Detour Lake project, both located in Ontario and Quebec, both located in the Abitibi Belt, which is where all skilled people are. Everyone that is have been in the mining industry for so many years. I spent 12 years of my life in Val-d'Or. I know very well the area. And when you look at this environment, the infrastructure, the skilled people, the qualified people, the access to supply, the access to contractor, the access to road,
everything
power,
is there. Yeah.
Everything is there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other projects in the world that will never fly out of the ground.
Yeah. How far is it from just to give us an idea from the one of the biggest city?
Cochrane is our closest city where there is 2 mills that just closed. It's a 5,000 people town, and we have to drive approximately 2 hours and a half to get to site. If you fly, for example, on a plane, it takes about 15, 20 minutes. But you can drive in about 2 to 2 hours and a half. It's about 180 kilometers. Okay. We have access to hydropower. We just have complete a power line, for example.
We do have a few pictures here of the beginning that you will see on the screen right there. And this is, I think this one is an old picture.
This is approximately 3 months old. This is a picture that shows basically the airstrip that we condemn to use as a laydown when we receive trailers. We're going to be receiving approximately 6,600 tractor trailer over a period of 2 years during construction.
Why do you need the concrete production thing? Because for the process recuperating the gold?
Yeah, you have to realize that when you start putting a mine together, you're going to put big equipment such as crushing, grinding, and those big equipment they have a lot of weight. Just for example, the shell of our primary crusher weighs 100 ton.
Okay.
So you can imagine you don't put 100 ton on the sand or in a swamp, it's going to sink. So you got to have base on outcrops.
So it's big enough you have to have your own concrete plant. Because you'd have to carry everything.
We cannot truck concrete from Cochrane, every single truck. So you basically, because we have, when you do concrete, it's chemical and sand and gravel. And we have all the sand and gravel on site. Why should I transport the sand and gravel from Cochrane?
No, actually, yeah.
So that's why.
They did it at Manic 5 years and years ago.
Yeah.
But not now. Now you have everything you need there for your own concrete.
Yes.
And you also have power, your own. Is this a power line that has been set up only for you?
We got permitted to install the line. This is our private power line. This is not even subsidies. We are spending $80 million to connect ourselves onto the Ontario grid for electricity. So we eliminate or avoid delivery charge. So we pay the power at the source, assume the loss on the line, and it's Detour Lake power line. It's 135 kilometers. The first segment was complete in 3 months. We got permitted in December, finished the power line just about a week ago.
At the price gold is right now, I would go as fast as I can to take it all off the ground, just in case one day it comes back.
Look, the average gold production of putting a project in production in today's world is no less than $850 an ounce. There is no way new project will see the light unless gold is $850.
That's what they say. Yeah.
No.
The analyst says that. Yeah, unless we would discover such a quantity of gold somewhere on Earth that would bring the price of gold. We know it's not going to happen.
We've been looking for 6,000 years.
Breaks.
We've been looking for 6,000 years with gold.
Yeah.
The gold supply is difficult to find in the world.
Yes.
It is more remote than it was before. Projects such as Kenny's in Malartic or Detour Lake project in Quebec, Ontario are one of a kind. There are very few of them. If you want to repeat the same success, it'll be very difficult because the infrastructure allows those projects to be economic. Because we don't have to build road, we have access to electricity. Electricity is about 4 or 5 cents Quebec, Ontario, on average. If you go to Nevada, it's 12 cents. You go to Chile, it's about 18 cents. You go to Ghana, it's 20 cents. You go on Genset at $110 a barrel, it's going to cost you 50 cents a kilowatt an hour.
I heard you have about 16 years at the
21 now.
21 years of gold. Okay, so that's a lot of time. And do you still have other claims around? Do you expect to find even much more?
We have probably one of the best land package of all of Quebec, Ontario. We basically control a piece of land that is 500 kilometers in square kilometers, okay, but on contact between volcanic and sediments, where gold is found on our project and many other projects in the Abitibi Belt, it's like the equivalent of being between Val-d'Or and Rouyn-Noranda. 100 kilometers of a contact or a prosperous or a good place to look for additional gold discovery. And we own 100% of it.
So once everything is there already, so it could become a central processing mine for other pits around.
Definitely. Our investment of $500 million to build this mill, which is just the mill costs $500 million from start to finish with all the equipment, will be a central facility for other deposits to be found in the vicinity.
I haven't seen too often a mine having $1 billion in cash.
a junior, a developer?
A junior, yes. A junior exploration company having $1 billion in cash to build this whole thing. So you're not waiting after anyone to keep this project up and going, and there seems like nothing can stop it.
We have probably one of the best teams to operate this project and build it. We were able to recruit and hire people in the last 16 months that are top #1 class. A lot of our people comes from majors such as Barrick. I myself was at Barrick for 12 years. And of course, because I know the company, I know the people, and we're able to draw additional people to build up our team to develop the project and operate the project. And we have some very, very qualified people. And we feel very comfortable that with the technical risk being erased, the financial risk erased, we've de-risked this project financially, technically. Now we have the people to build it, and we'll be in production in 2 years from now. We're currently 5 months into construction. We've got $700 million of contract signed already on a $1.1 billion equipment purchase contract to be signed. We just signed one with a guy from Thetford Mines about a week ago.
You answer all of my questions before I even ask you.
Well, I guess I know a bit the story after 5 years.
And you know everything that's every question that's going to be asked, that everyone will ask you before. we see here a very nice three-dimensional picture of underground where the gold is, and it seems like there's the 1 gram and the 0.5, which is the 0.5 gram per ton is yellow and the 1 gram per ton is red, and it seems to be very concentrated. And as we spoke a little bit earlier, there is some even outside of this pit, and there could be a gold everywhere around this area there. But when you buy a crane, like the type of crane they use in that sort of thing, you don't buy it at the corner, the store at the corner. These are very, very specialized, huge crane.
Yeah.
So you have to order those. You don't gonna get them in a month.
No, usually the long lead items, the more specialized items that you're talking about for construction, such as crane, the sag mill, the ball mill for crushing, grinding, the crusher, are usually 12 months, 50 weeks long lead items. You order them, and it takes 50 weeks from the time they manufacture it to the time they deliver it to site. Then you have to install it over a period of about 6 months. Mm-hmm. Our company has already ordered most of its equipment in the earlier part of 2010. So by the time we were in the summer of 2010, we had ordered pretty much all of our mining fleet, all of our crushing, grinding sequence. We had already spent committed $200 million last summer. Our truck will be 320-ton trucks. We ordered 23 of them with Caterpillar. And when you look at every investment that we've been making, we've been making it at the right time. If we are going into a super cycle, I don't predict gold price, I don't predict cycles. But if we were to go into that cycle eventually in the next 5 years, we'll be caught. The people to build project in the future will be caught in a more difficult situation. Because we already are building it, because we've secured those contracts, we're in good shape.
I think, and we see that you are building a camp for 1,000 persons, so that's a lot of employees.
Yeah, we were very lucky. We bought and leased the camp from ATCO, coming from the G8 in Huntsville. And from our original estimate of $20 million, we saved $9 million for that camp.
Sure, because you were talking just before about mills closing, so you may recuperate a lot of other things as well in this area, though.
When you build a project that's going to be producing gold for 21 years, at an average of 600,
well go with new stuff.
You go with new stuff. You don't want the problem of the others. Because when you buy used equipment, it's like buying a used car. You never know what you're buying.
Yeah. You buy a used problem, yes.
That's right.
Okay. Anyway, so let's look at your chart, because we are running out of time already. It seems like resistance is something that you know about.
Yes, I know very well. But I know support too.
Yes. It seems there's just as much support as resistance out there. So the $1 million question is, when is the 35 price?
It's going to break up.
When do you think it's going to break up to $35?
Well, I think I have some explanation for this, but you have to realize that we started this company was worth $140 million 4 years ago. It is now worth more than $2.6 billion, with $1 billion in the bank. And I think what's going to happen in the future when we go in production, we'll get re-rated, and we're going to become one of the best blue chip of the intermediate gold producer. There's nowhere on earth when you have only 100 million share outstanding and you have $400 million of cash flow at $4 per share, we're a winner.
Mr. Panneton, it was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.